Siskiyou County is seeing a growing number of cannabis farmers move into the area over the years. And Siskiyou County Sheriff says that a large number of those grows are illegal for various reasons. To try to stop the cultivation of illegal marijuana, the county has passed a series of new emergency ordinances.
Now, those ordinances are now causing ripple effects through the county, impacting landowners and growers that are legal in certain areas. Newswatch 12 went to Siskiyou County to talk to those people, from landowners to policymakers, to get their perspectives on the growing water rights debate. You might remember coverage here on Newswatch 12 at the beginning of May, showing a large protest outside the Siskiyou County Courthouse in Wairika. The Siskiyou Board of Supervisors voted to approve and immediately enact 2 emergency ordinances with the goal of stopping water usage at illegal marijuana farms.
Ordinance 1 was the water trucks being on county roads, certain county roads, and then the other one was you cannot move water from a parcel to a parcel that you don't own without a permit.
Siskiyou County Sheriff Jeremiah LaRue says the permit is simple.
It's not designed to, restrict people that are using it lawfully.
However, some farmers in the area told Newswatch 12 that those permits haven't been easy to come by.
I've heard of people calling, asking for the permits, and they said that they're not available yet.
I attempted to find the permits after talking with Sheriff LaRue. A quick Google search brought me to the water tender permit application. Many of the roads that require a permit surround the Shasta Vista subdivision, an area that's known to have marijuana grows. One landowner I spoke with lives in the subdivision but doesn't grow anything, and now he's struggling to get water to his land, water that he uses to live throughout the summer.
I'm just trying to survive here. You know what I mean? I live a very quiet life. I don't have nothing going on here. I don't have nothing to hide.
Mathis says the communication between the sheriff's office and people who live in the subdivision and are impacted by the new ordinances has caused a lot of confusion and fear.
And it's not like they got on the radio and told us, we're going to stop water, and if you're not a grower and you're affected, you can come get water here. We'll make it accessible for you, make it so you can haul it home. But they didn't do that. It's just, we don't care about you.
Mathis says he called the sheriff's office concerned about changes to water regulation in the past.
And he promised me, we'll find you water. We promise it won't affect you. And then I never heard from him ever again.
Now, Mathis says he feels like he's caught in the middle.
The sheriff can come by. He knows who has wells. He knows who has gardens. They fly over all the time. They know. So they should know that there are a few people here that are going to get caught up in whatever's happening.
The new ordinances have only been the latest developments in a string of water use issues in the county. Last year, when Siskiyou County became aware of farmers providing water from their wells for illegal marijuana grows, it attempted to crack down on water sharing. One local farmer was sued after ignoring an order to stop the water transfers.
We kind of felt that the ordinance wasn't based on a lot of really solid law. Just as soon as we read it, and so we just didn't believe it was correct, and we wanted a judge to tell us that what we were doing was illegal. So we continued to fill trucks until the end of the season.
That position prompted a lawsuit from the Siskiyou County District Attorney's Office and a legal question of whether prohibiting water for cannabis is legal.
It is probably a good case study in how politicians attack problems. Stage 1, in 2014, which is 6-7 years ago, they adopted an ordinance. You can't grow cannabis for commercial purposes in the county. All right. Next step, the ordinance that was adopted in August said, we have determined that if you pump water from groundwater and use the groundwater on cannabis, it is a waste and unreasonable use of water under California law.
Manassian is the attorney for Grissett. He says in order for the county to declare water use on cannabis unreasonable, there needs to be a court hearing, which has yet to happen.
The question the Grissetts asked me is that legal? And I said, no,
According to Manassian, the county has found water use on cannabis to be wasteful and unreasonable because of an estimate that's been provided to the county, stating that each cannabis plant uses 4 to 6 gallons of water per day, an estimate that Manassian says is not based on fact.
And the only facts that were provided to the county were the sheriff did a calculation. He said every plant of cannabis uses 4 to 6 gallons of water per day.
I asked Sheriff LaRue where that 4 to 6 gallon estimate came from.
Yeah, I've just heard them. I have not calculated it myself. I think it's, some good research for that, might be, we've heard anywhere between 3 to 5 gallons per plant.
And that 3 to 4 gallons per plant, where is that estimate from?
That's just what I've heard again.
Okay, so is there any source for how these estimates are gathered?
Yeah, so from what I know is just talking to people that I know that work in the field, that see, day to day how much the water, how much the plants are drinking, so to speak. And they've talked to other people in the community, and that's where I know the information comes from. It's just people that have experience in that area.
I spoke with Oregon State University Extension to get an estimate about how much water an average marijuana plant uses, but the Extension office didn't have that information and referred me to the Jackson County Soil and Water Conservation District, which has yet to respond with an estimate. Manassian argues that what's happening in Siskiyou County is an overreach and is not following proper legal procedure.
That's the issue we're raising with the court. We're saying you have to have a hearing to determine this. The Board of Supervisors can't do it as a political matter by putting it on an agenda as an emergency matter.
For now, the case brought by Manassian challenging the county's water regulation on cannabis is in a waiting period.
The court granted the original demur, which was nothing more than the court saying to the district attorney's office, I need you to put the facts a little clearer in your complaint.
Manassian is waiting for the hearing on the first water amendment the county made and argues that actions taken in the meantime, such as the recent water transportation ordinances, are continuing to further the county's legal violations.
Manassian believes that the hearing will happen in the next month or two. There's much more to the area's water rights issues.
Some Shasta Vista subdivision residents, who are predominantly Asian Americans, say the new ordinances have led to racial profiling and discrimination, and some businesses are claiming that they've been discouraged from doing business with some farmers. We'll dig deeper into this issue with the next in-depth report surrounding claims of discrimination coming up tomorrow night at 6 o'clock.